Hello, this Figuring Out the Lie is going to be about Daniel Robinson, missing June 23rd, 2021. A geologist left the job site. His Jeep is found in a ravine. His clothes, his laptop, his phone, his wallet are in the Jeep. He's nowhere to be found. I think I just heard that his arm was found outside of the Jeep. Just a lot of funny business happening in this case. So I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but I feel like I read, heard, or saw somewhere that he was working on something, and so was a coworker, and there might have been competition or discrepancy or jealousy or envy, but I can't remember if I heard that correctly. I'm going to have to go back and watch his first reading. So what has come out in regards to the lie is the Cauldron and the Child. The Cauldron, now these are Lenormand cards, but this deck, he made a couple of his own cards. The Cauldron is a grand metamorphosis that happens as a part of life whether you desire it or not. Transformation and creation as a result of our own hard work, our ability to take things, physical and otherwise, that already exist and change them ourselves. And as soon as I was writing that down, I got the movie Weird Science. Speaks of creative power. Either you've worked hard on a project or you need to work hard for beneficial changes. So the meanings in this card: creative power, transformation, which is giving me the death card. The Cauldron's giving me some kind of magic going on here. Actually, the next word is alchemy, adjustment, experimentation, hard work, and improvement. The Child card, which in this deck is the Knight of Swords. Literally speaking, this card could represent someone who is a child or children or childhood. Newness and immaturity. A new beginning or opportunity may be on the horizon. May indicate someone behaving immaturely, naively, or innocently. So someone knows what happens, but they may carry a characteristic of immaturity, or they may act naive or innocent. Embarking on a new venture may place us in a state where we feel naive, innocent, or unaware. So this could be him speaking of his occupation. He's either really good at something or really good at what he does, or discovered and got really good at something. I'm going to pause on what I'm thinking. So it could also represent potential that has yet to be used or discovered. The meanings are youth, children, innocence, naivete, newness, new prospects, new beginnings, potential, inexperience, and immaturity. So actually that would be my lie card. It would be the Knight of Swords. So what we're told is reliable, reliant, well-spoken. Let's see, what else? And the Knight of Swords is on my death list. When the Knight of Swords appears, it's a sudden death, approach of physical death, quick and sudden. So the lie is, well, let's see. What we're told is, first, we'll read it from here. Somebody was playing with his mind. Somebody was fucking with his mind. Whatever magic or spell work or mental manipulation, they were messing with his mind. So I'm going to read it from a different kind of a tarot deck. Let's see what it says. Oh, hold on. Because the Knight of Swords can also speak of being a silent reservoir, which is someone who walks around with sexually transmitted diseases and doesn't inform others. I'm not saying this is him, but this is what the lie has to do with. Maybe he was being accused of this and he's clean, or something to that effect. Hold on. I need to get this card. What about this Nine of Swords? Red eyes of jealousy. Okay. The Nine of Swords, backed by a yellow flag of Pestilence, the war god, in black armor, poses arrogantly above a pile of corpses. Counterpart of the battle maid of Norse myth was the war god Tyr, or Twi, whom the Romans called Mars. There was an argument here. His day of the week was Tuesday. Twi spelled T-I-W. He personified the violent, vengeful aspect of the Heavenly Father, Wotan or Wudan, or of Wednesday. I don't know what day it was when this happened. His card means a hateful, domineering personality, warlike spirit, disregard for others' feelings, or harmful impersonal forces such as accident, sickness, natural disasters, oppressive circumstances. So I pulled this too to have another oracle of who, if anybody, is involved in Daniel's disappearance. Ears, a teacher. 14 ears, a warning. Ears, the state is a warning, the action, vision, and the outcome, wisdom. So for some reason I'm getting his third eye. Yes, that's why. The incense that I lit to do this reading was third eye chakra. So he saw or knew something. He saw something he probably shouldn't have seen, knew something he probably shouldn't have knew. And I think whoever knew that he knew. And right here it's saying a teacher. And for some reason I'm getting the George Michael song, One More Try. Okay. And teacher, there are things that I just want to learn. Let me get one of these. Tell me about this devil, teacher, wizard. Daniel, tell me about the lie, the argument. What did you see? What were you arguing about? Who is this person? Daniel, who is this person that, if there was a person responsible for your disappearance, acolyte? New projects, learning. So stopping that teacher. So it comes in reverse, which means I kind of have to put it in the upright, because the lie is there was no new projects. We weren't teaching him anything. He wasn't learning, but the truth is, okay, let's see. So this is a swords card. Okay, I feel like this is relevant to say. So these cards go by the suits. This is a sword card, speaks of the academy. Surrounding the court is a ring of libraries, temples, schools, and businesses that are collectively known as the academy. The buildings here are large, practical constructions separated by spacious roads and flourishing shops. Carefully pruned courtyards proudly display statues of some of the city's most notable figures. The people who live and work here flourish in acts of learning and ingenuity, striving to discover the unknown and create new wonders that will amaze the world. I'm getting weird science again. Those in the academy are aligned with the element of air, always in constant movement. Air strives for knowledge, for growth, and higher consciousness. All right, let me read. So it came out in reverse. Okay. I'm going to read it in reverse and then read it in the upright. It came out in reverse, and this is to clarify the lie, but the truth would be in the upright. So reverse, this card shows an acolyte who has not progressed as fast as it appears. Though you've been working hard, you're not where you hope to be. Just remember that this work hasn't been for nothing. Everything you learned is still helping you to grow and reach your goals. It just hasn't come to fruition yet. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. So that's not what was happening. In the upright, which would be the truth, it says, beyond the awe-inspiring hush of the temple is a rush of productivity. Students in ill-fitting robes rush past, arms full of books, or sit in quiet rows as they study their scriptures. Under the priest's wise guidance, the acolyte is eager to begin their journey of learning. They fear that they'll never be good enough to step into their role ahead of them. That's what the other thing said. The cauldron. Even so, they are excited for the world that is opening up to them, and they are determined to embrace it with conviction. The meaning is, it feels like you're not making progress lately. It may be time to think about learning something new and expanding your horizons. Take up a hobby, a new class, or fresh experience. You'll enjoy the rewards immediately. Learning is an infinite journey. Embracing the fun of new experiences will provide the fresh perspective you need. So somebody lied about his capabilities, his knowledge, his status of where he was on the scheme of the geological ruler. There's teacher, there's student, there's learning, there's growing, there's jealousy, there's now here's the other thing. If he's dealing with science and he also has esoteric capabilities, kind of a confliction. All right, let's see what's going on here. Daniel. Tell us about the lie, the learning, the teacher, the student, the learning. Justice. Legal, law, justice. Fairness, finding balance, decision, and legal matters. In the reverse, legal delays, dishonesty, injustice, lack of accountability, and corruption. Yeah, something sinister is going on here. It's not just a guy who got into a car crash and disappeared in the desert. Daniel Robinson, you show us who was involved. Take the top and the bottom. Not this one. Makeup. And coarse curly hair. So I knew there was a young woman I don't know, but I believe there was a young woman he was dealing with before his disappearance, and a couple of oddities happened there. Woman cop, maybe? Woman teacher? Okay, tell me about the teacher. Child. Child again. If the teacher was a woman possibly with a child. And if it was a man, a cheater. Okay. So the lie is the Knight of Swords in reverse. An argument about... could this have been as... I don't want to say simple, but could this be he got pulled over by a corrupt cop who didn't believe or felt intimidated, or not intimidated, but jealous of his profession or his status? Daniel, why are you missing right now? Why are you missing? What's behind you missing? Saints. So now we have religion, spirituality, and science. Law and nature. Nature and science. Saints. Although the object of our heart's faith is infinite, still some conceptions of him have been given by persons of experience in the ocean of faith. The guidance of saints is our only hope. We must depend on them. They stand like lighthouses in the infinite ocean to guide us to the land of faith. Somebody's practicing dark arts and he's praying. Alright, let me get some stickers. A argument that led to a quick, sudden, violent death. Daniel Robinson. Why are you missing right now? Why are you missing right now? What's behind your disappearance? Okay. So what did that say? A woman with coarse, curly hair. Something possibly about a bond or a friendship. It's happening. The Fool. Elixir of health, premium quality, bottled divine power. One potion cures all. Hell is empty and all the demons are here. And dumpster fire 2020. So maybe something happened in 2020 with somebody with coarse curly hair. It's happening. The Fool, a new beginning, breakup, Oh, I do want to take one of these. Tell me about the lie. Daniel Robinson. I think I'm going to get a song and a quote. I am. Daniel Robinson, tell me about the lie. Alright, I'm going to take the top and the bottom. Tell me about the lie. So it's a lie that you aren't missing? Politician. Justice. Missing, abduction, murder suspect, Interpol, investigation, DNA, Salvation Army, pedophiles, online search, dark net, FBI, private investigator, search, journalist, disaster, runaway. And then a politician, vote, corrupt, photo op, interview, kiss baby, campaign, canvas, sleazy, Watergate, leadership, revolutionary, idealist, flyers, scandal, war crime, town hall, economics, poll, and labor union. This is speaking about the politicians in the state of Arizona, just like Epstein in Arizona, how things were being covered. Okay. Why is the truth being kept from us? I'll go here. And when/if will the truth come out? Okay. Why is the truth being kept from us? The emperor. Somebody's in charge. Because of somebody's high power, somebody tyrannical. Now this is what they're telling us. I don't know if this is a boss, a father figure, a mentor, or co-worker. It wouldn't be a co-worker because he's the emperor, so he's in charge. But that's what he really is. In reverse, let's see. The emperor in reverse. Aggression, tyranny, control, and domination of others. Hang-ups about one's father or men in general. I don't know this, but I'm just going to be quiet. Alright, let's say, who is this emperor? Who is this emperor? And what? The emperor in reverse here. Controlling, stubborn, conflict, loss of power, and childish. So did the this one. Did the teacher surpass? Did the student surpass the teacher? Truth seeker, questioning of authority, spiritual questioning, investigation, and spying. Now, I kind of got that with possibly getting pulled over. Maybe he was dealing with somebody who was immature, thought he was the emperor, but is actually a nutcase. Investigation. Somebody that could have been left in charge when the actual boss left, maybe. Location, Middle East, trauma, material loss, faith, philosophical, love, widow or widower, identifies as a wife, walking the middle path, death, childbirth. Tell me about this emperor. That's funny. It made me go to a deck I wasn't trying to go to, but I'm going to see what it says. If you have a family that loves you, a few good friends, food on your table, and a roof over your head, you're richer than you think. Is he questioning his paternity? What question? What's the question here? What were you... Let's see if this gives me anything. Alright. Eight of Pentacles. Who had the biggest impact on the person you've become? Did somebody think he was sucking up to the boss, an ass kisser or something? Why is the truth being hidden? Because of a boss and a co-worker. And a secret. Let me pull one of these and see what I get. Why is the truth being hidden? In reverse. So somebody wanted to leave, somebody was planning to leave, somebody has already left. There's something about this work site. I don't know if it's the location. I don't know if it's the quote-unquote mountains. What about this work site? Yeah. Scorching lands, blazing sun, arid deserts, searing heat, parched earth. There's something about this work site. Let me get some stickers. Daniel Robinson. Why is the truth being kept from us in your disappearance? Is this like a co-worker affair that went bad or went wrong? Is this a bunch of employees under a spell? One more. Daniel Robinson. Okay. So there was definitely competition here. I've got the Empress and the High Priestess, which means there's a competition going on. I've got London. Maybe somebody's name is Ben. I've got a black cat, more black magic. Okay, here we go. Did I say this out loud? I think I paused myself. Is there somebody, was he questioning his sexuality? Was there some workplace romance going on? Could something have happened with somebody of the same sex? That's 2 clocks. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Or the Tower. Hold on. Where's that book? It is. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So, fate, destiny, free will. 2. Fate, destiny. Somebody stuck their hands in his contract that was supposed to happen here on Earth. This says 9, like 9:12, and the other clock is 7:11. I have to get a clock. All right, let's see. Gypsy. So somebody is practicing some kind of dark magic. Because when I'd fight, you used to tell me I was brave, a crying gypsy, and Rhode Island. Give me a clock. Daniel, what is going on here? Give me a clock. So 7:11 to 9:12. Clock, please. Clock, please. Wheel of Fortune. Let me read that. Because some people don't know why I'm looking for a clock. I see one. Okay. Interesting. There's no hands on this clock. Set yourself free. Maybe they weren't letting him go because he knew too much. I just saw that. I have to take it. Hex the patriarchy. Okay. Is he mad at his dad? Is he mad at his dad? Was he struggling with his sexuality? Was there a paternity issue? Or this speaks of his work family, which he would be mad at his boss. Still could be a same-sex affair going on or something like that. Teacher-student. Was a teacher improper with him as a student? Emperor, the boss, scorched, or were they trying to get rid of evidence? Okay. I'm going to leave that there for now. When/if will the truth come out? Next spring. Okay, what's going to come out next spring? Next spring, Daniel Robinson, what will come out? 5 of Wands in reverse. Wands is days. I don't think it's going to come out in 5 days, but you never know. So maybe from 5 days to next spring. 5 of Wands in reverse. Harmony, problem resolved, success. So it looks like it's going to get solved. What will we find out next spring? Let me go here. What will we find out, Daniel? Okay, I see it. I'm going to have to take it. I wanted to shuffle, but okay. What are we going to find out next spring? Okay, interesting. All right, so September, play, rush. It says, men have stopped working and are sitting and resting by the river. After taking off the A-frame, they seem to be making small bets on traditional wrestling game. There is a moment to relax even on a difficult day. They may have to go back to after a moment, but for now they forget about everything and go back to their childhood and having a good time. So did something happen during that workday and Daniel didn't actually drive away from this thing and his car was planted like a lot of theories have said? Because I got childhood. These guys are taking a break at work to play a game. Warning, a teacher, a student, immaturity, naivete, foolishness, a competition, well, a choice, but also a competition. So, let's see. Sorry. They plan to enjoy this time in a leisurely manner beyond the surveillance of high-ranking people. Whether the rich, the power, or the slave, the richness of the season is equal to everyone. They may have made a brave announcement that the person who lost the wrestling would pay for the drink. The gaze of those who are watching the game are also interesting. So was there I just looked at that card. Was there a wrestling match that went very wrong? People were playing and then it turned serious? 5 of Wands in reverse. It says harmony, avoiding conflict, and reconciliation. 5 of Wands in reverse. There's something I had about 5 of Wands in reverse. Hold on. Where is it? Wands. So in the upright, it's tension, competition, new business, petty fighting, arguments, and an impasse. Having to get around something or somebody. These guys are wrestling. What's going to come out? That there was a break at work and play turned into violence? Okay, it says, as it's not that big of a matter, it's better to solve it smoothly. A situation arises to contemplate others' problem. It is not a matter of loss for everyone. It is good to end the play as a play. If you take your work seriously, there is no end to it. So you will have to go out to gatherings with low expectations and meet people. I don't know. Seems like something happened at work. And they might have burned the evidence, burned the ground. Hold on. Hex the patriarchy, and then this. I've got 2 cauldrons. Dragonfly. And then this. The tire. Because aren't tires in Arizona, the roads are made out of tires? Alright, tell me about what's going to come out, Daniel. Finally. You get justice. What's going to come out? Daniel Robinson, what's going to come out when something comes out? Again, one more. Okay, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I've got another clock. This is my money deck. So, 10:05. Or 9:05. Hold on. Oh, it's confusing me. 5, 7, 3. This is confused. The time is off. The time frame is off. Whatever they said, the time frame is off. There's no way I have 4 clocks here. Somebody possibly named Ben, somebody from London. I have 4 clocks here. What's on the back of this? Prophet. This one has no hands. This is a full, complete circle of Wheel of Fortune. The reason I grab that clock is when we make a petition, oftentimes the angels answer us by showing a clock. The disciple must fix his sight on the hour of the clock. This is the clock of destiny. The answer is in the hour. In esoteric allegory, one is always answered by the clock. We have to learn how to understand the clock. So no hands. Again, this said 9, like 9:08. Where's the other clock? Oh. This one, if it's not 2:35, because I can't tell which way it's going, then 7:10, 9:12, 7:10, and this one I cannot. Oh, the numbers are all. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, 3. Yeah, no, I can't do this. Prophet. I forgot the name of this place. Taj Mahal. Somebody beat Indian. The High Priestess came out again. Competition, so somebody did win. And they know what happened. Beijing, a national stadium. Bird's Nest in Beijing. Stadium, wrestling. Gingham, bow tie, ribbon, and Tupac. Okay. Okay, that's what I have. Thank you.